Welcome to the 𝗙𝗏𝗿 𝗙𝗀𝗿 channel. I'm your host, Melissa O'Connor. Today I wanted to talk to you about pay on death beneficiaries and the importance of setting that up at the bank such that you can avoid probate and make sure that the monies that you have in your bank account transfer to the person that you intend to have them after your passing. The reason I thought about this as a potential topic today was because I recently had a client of mine call me while she was sitting in the bank. So she knew that I had given her instructions to go to the bank and to change her pay on death beneficiary to the person that we had, the entity that we had discussed, so that way her legacy goals could be reached. And she assured me that, okay, she was going to handle that. Many times I can make that call and we can generate that together. But she says she was going to handle it, which is perfectly great. But then when she got to the bank, she kind of drew a blank. What was she asking for? What were the words that she was supposed to be asking for? What pay on what? And so she called me, and I really appreciated her being able to just give me a buzz, and I was able to help walk her through with the banker on the line when we were had our conference call there, and make sure that her accounts were set up how she wanted them to be set up, so that way her legacy was how she wanted it to be left, and she could just rest assured that when she passes, that her monies will go where she wants them to go, and that they don't get stuck. And so essentially, when you go to the bank and open an account, on the form, when you open that account, there many times is an option where you can designate who you want to receive your monies in that account should you pass away. That designation, that little box on the form is your pay on death designee or beneficiary. And so if you failed to fill that out because you just were in a hurry and you didn't even know who, you wouldn't want to be thinking about dying, and the thought of where your money would go was not pleasant at the time that you were opening an account. You were just in a hurry, or you just didn't want to face things of that nature, because nobody really likes to think about that. So that would be left blank at the time that you opened your account, and therefore the bank wouldn't know where to send your money or who to provide your monies to, and so it would just go to your estate, which would be handled, whether if you had a will or you had some other mechanism in place, it would have to be probated. The courts would then review everything, all your documents after you pass, and make a determination as to who's your heirs and where all your assets should go to, including the monies in that particular bank account. However, if you were like my client and had decided, I want to go back to that bank now because I'm ready to have these conversations and think about my legacy and where my monies would go and who gets what, then you would go back to the bank, ask them, hey, I'd like to review my accounts. I'd like to know where my monies will go after I pass away. Oh, is there an option that I could add a designee for, upon my death where this monies will go? Great, I'd like to update this at this time. And note that just because you name a person one day doesn't mean if you had a falling out with that person that you could not march yourself right back down to that bank and change it, okay? You can change it during your lifetime, you can change it. And but it's great to have it in place. It is an assurance that your loved ones then wouldn't have to wait months and months to be able to access the funds in that account. I know that many families would use those monies in certain bank accounts to make funeral preparations. So having had the account pay on death and available, that does provide many families peace after their loved one, because now they have funds to be able to provide the funeral that they want to provide, to honor their loved one, to honor you. So there's some benefits to having it besides just making sure that your monies go where you want it to go. Not having it delayed has benefits as well. So I hope that this information has been helpful to you. Feel free to like and share with others, and I just encourage you to ask questions next time you're at the bank. If you have a moment and just ask questions about your account, you never know what you'll learn. Thank you for joining me.